is covering this guy. To start off the game, you went man-to-man coverage, Andre Sam versus Luther Burden. What are we doing? Schrader, the running back, had, I think, at the end of the first half, 11 yards per carry. In the first quarter, you got absolutely taken to town. You were getting whipped all across the field, but then something happened. At least I know that you guys on YouTube saw this because it was the cover photo. Harold Perkins finally, the Rock. Oh, wait, no. We're talking LSU. Makes a massive play, and defensively, you started getting rolling against a really good offense. After the first quarter, you allowed 17 points. Did LSU defensively find something? Now, I am not going to take the second half and the 42-17 run that LSU would wind up going on because I want to see more. Now, the next 2 weeks, I do think, I'm not saying you can work on things. It's not like Auburn's not a Power 5 opponent. It's not like Army doesn't want to come here and run the ball down your throat. But I don't think Auburn is the team that can come in here and do it. About Mizzou, we talked about it in the postgame. Brian Kelly ran through this today. He does this thing where he breaks down the film or whatever on the Harold Perkins play. We talked about this all on the postgame. They went to a cover 2, more of a Tampa 2 that they're playing off, and it worked for them. It worked for him. Brady Cook didn't in the second half when they changed things up schematically, didn't always know where the pressure's from. He thinks Harold Perkins is coming. He drops out in the coverage and trail, and he gets the pick. It changed you defensively. And at the end of the game, to seal the deal, to close it out, here comes Major Burns with a pick 6. Now, I know, and Brian Kelly is right, and Brian Kelly is not really upset. So people are saying, why is Brian Kelly mad at Major Burns for scoring? Well, what he really is, he's not mad about the score and probably would have let that pass. And if Major takes a knee there on the pick, it's ball game. But it's what Brian Kelly said after. It's like, God, I love the kid so much. He just makes some boneheaded mistakes, and we know that he's got the talent. At the end, he says, I'm glad that it was him that scored. The truth. When you break down the film and recap of Missouri, what did they do? Jayden Daniels is the story. Now, we can pick all this little semantics things out. We'll get to Jayden in just a second. But it's crazy to me that the game plan defensively changed after you gave up 22 points because someone got in Matt House's ear and said, fix it and fix it now. Run something else. Do something. They had success. You know why? Because you weren't predictable. Guys, I talk to coaches all the time around this league. I talked to one at Arkansas literally, I think, what was today? Monday? I literally talked to him on Friday, and we texted a little bit today. And we're talking about the small things. He goes, man, LSU was predictable defensively. So predictable. Completely predictable. They didn't change up anything. We knew exactly what Matt House was going to run. Exactly. So, yeah, good for them that they changed it up. They should have already done that. The cover 2 is working for them. And if it's going to work for them, by God, continue to run it. Because I promise you this, Auburn just had a bye week, and we'll see, and we'll talk throughout the week about how they will move forward and what I think about the game. But as of right now, the storyline, and the only storyline, like the only one, is Jayden Daniels. Guys, I can't emphasize enough. This guy took so much criticism a year ago, and I was on I was talking to somebody today about this. Everybody keeps asking me now, Blake, what was the – well, Jayden Daniels not having to run the ball and take the punishment last year is why he's doing the things he's doing now. It was a game plan. Brian Kelly confirmed, guys, we were playing keep away a lot of times last year. But Jayden Daniels is and continues to be the story. 4 weeks in a row, he is either the or outright offensive player of the week. He is the best quarterback in the SEC. You're the best offense in the SEC. And I'm going to tell you, there's going to come a game. I don't know when it is. There's going to come a game where the offense maybe gets you 34 points, but it's a really sloppy 34 because of this, that, and the other happening. And the defense is going to have to stand up. It's going to happen. But right now, Jayden Daniels, in my personal opinion, is the best quarterback in the country. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, that I would go to war with more than Jayden Daniels. Nobody. Because you know what? And this goes unnoticed. He gets knocked out of the game for the rest of a series, and Nuss has to come in. You don't wind up scoring. You miss the field goal. He comes back in, bruised ribs and all. And literally, guys, lays it all on the line for a win. Like, that is guts. That is massive guts. And the play that he got hurt on, probably, and I'll give her credit. I don't talk about my mom enough on the show. Even my mom was like, Blake, that should have been a penalty. She's telling me right there, Blake, him getting hit in the end zone, that's a penalty. And I pushed back a little bit like, but I go back and watch it today, and she was right. She was 1,000% right. But Jane comes out, has a massive run. It's 3rd and 10. If you don't get this 3rd down, you're in massive trouble, man. Like, you're in massive trouble. He gets a run for 14 yards. Brian Kelly confirmed today that when he ran the ball for 35 yards into the end zone, that Jayden has full autonomy. Full autonomy. And, of course, he does. Why else would we think it? Brian Kelly has full faith in his quarterback. The guy that he gave the game ball to and said, this is one bad AM effort. He goes to the line. He checks into a better play. He calls his own number, 35 yards, and the score that, quite honestly, let's call it what it is, won the game. Because after that, yeah, you gave up the touchdown, but you had 2 other stops beyond that. He gave the defense, in my opinion, probably the confidence to finish the game. He's the best player in the country right now. I know that we want to talk about Heisman. We got a long way to go. But do I think he should be in the top 3? You're damn right I do. You're damn right I do. There's going to come a game where, like Auburn in 2019, where your offense, man, they didn't have a good day. And your defense is going to have to bail you out. Can they? Did they find something? Because I know we feel good about the win, but don't let this fool you. Winning covers a multitude of sins. Losing magnifies them. And Missouri still ran the ball all over you. And Auburn wants to come in here and do the exact same.